Recon is very pleased to have forged a partnership with several businesses in the mid-Michigan area, responding to a vision from the young man that I'm about to introduce you to create an awards program. And it's a part of this event now for the 4th year. Boom, Be Our Own Motivation, recognizes individuals with a disability who have excelled personally or professionally in 3 categories: Athlete of the Year, Employee of the Year, and Entrepreneur of the Year. Here to preside over the issuing of these awards is the owner of Good Fruit Video and also the idea canon behind Beyond Our Barriers, a new web-based initiative to connect folks with disabilities with more and better opportunities for employment. Please join me in welcoming my friend and colleague, Justin Kane.
All that training helped me. So welcome. Welcome to a celebration of great triumph over extraordinary odds, where we will celebrate 3 shining examples of what can happen when you refuse to back down, despite what others may say or roadblocks that you may face. All 3 of our winners didn't just prove their doubters wrong, they blew their minds. Welcome to the 4th Annual Boom Awards. This year we will celebrate an entrepreneur, an athlete, and an employee of the year. But we will do much more than that. We will celebrate grit, determination, and the will to succeed. Because if you have those 3 things, you don't need sight to have vision. You don't need to be able to walk to follow your own path. And you don't need 2 working hands to write your own story. You just need an unwavering belief in yourself. When you believe in yourself, you will succeed. And when you succeed, others without disabilities will stop doubting you and start believing too. That's how we build a more inclusive and more successful society. Before we announce the 2016 winners, I would like to thank the generous partnerships of these awards of Dean Transportation, MSU Federal Credit Union, and Morrow. So, without further ado, let's get some celebrating on. First up, we have the Employee of the Year, Pam Burpee.
We're the largest minority group in the world. We can take this world over if we have to. Don't put that in there. But I was born with arthrogryposis multiplex congenita. I'm the youngest of 4, and so I had 3 older siblings that they didn't treat me any differently. I'm very fortunate in that respect because I have an amazing family. Hi, Miss Jan. Hello. I've been a part of the Comstock Community Center in one way or the other for a very long time. We do amazing things, not just for the Comstock area, but for Kalamazoo County as a whole. I've been typing this way since I can remember. I am working on a website. I'm building it from the ground up. One of the main things that I'm trying to do is make it as accessible to the outside community as possible using adaptive technology such as JAWS. Another thing that I do here, do a lot of Facebook posting of activities coming up in our classes and all of the daily activities that we host here. As an instructor at Western Michigan University, I feel it's very important to teach students who are going into health and human service careers about people with disabilities. We're everyday people. We just look different, and we may not even look different because there's hidden disabilities. Well, my advice is don't sit back and just allow people to drive your life. You're the driver. You are the captain of your own ship.
Ladies and gentlemen, Pam Burpee.
Thank you very much. I too am very humbled and honored to be here and receive this award. I get a little weepy and emotional when I'm nervous, so bear with me for a moment. If I could have the following people stand up, I would greatly appreciate it. Rush Burpee, Lana Burpee, and yeah, you too, Robin. These three people are my backbone. My mom, my dad, my sister. My two brothers couldn't be with me tonight or today. However, I know they're with me in spirit. If it weren't for them constantly giving me the love and support and the occasional kick in the pants, okay, a lot of kicks in the pants, but to be who I am, I wouldn't be here today. In a time when services for people with disabilities wasn't easily accessible, my mom and dad and my family fought to make things accessible for me. And so they taught me, when I was old enough, they taught me to be my own advocate, but yet they advocated on my behalf as well. So I am a firm believer in advocacy, not only for others, but be your own advocate. And if you don't know how to be an advocate, you as MRS counselors and all of the wonderful professions here, teach your clients how to be advocates for themselves. Work together. You don't work for them. You don't do it for them. Work with them. I'm honored, and I thank you all very much. Family, I love you.
Wow, these awards are gorgeous. I've had a very crazy year, and so I actually didn't have a chance to see them. So it's the first time I'm seeing our awards, too. All right, next up is our Entrepreneur of the Year, Charles Martin.
You never know what can happen, so whatever opportunity you get, you gotta take it. Quarter for your thoughts.
Thank you.
I did go to Mott College to study computer information systems, programming, and then I started applying for jobs and wasn't getting hired. And then the opportunity to have my own business came around, so I took it. There's a giant refrigerator. It's where we have all the cold stuff. But first, I started with most of the coffee and snacks. A few years later, I started with the sandwiches and all the fresh goods. My wife is part owner of Jersey Zone Cafe. That's where I get all of my fresh sandwiches. Top sellers are coffee, Gatorade, breakfast sandwiches, chips, and candy bars. Yeah, I developed my own program so I can get whatever figures I need without having to worry about another program not working. Kind of have it do what I need. Once I'm all done selecting items, it'll give me a total, how much everything costs. Then I go out with someone from Goodwill, usually Carol, and we go buy the items. It gets here and then I sell it. Plant water crisis caused me to switch to bottled water for all of my coffee. Handle a lot of questions about what kind of water I was using. So the Fair water crisis has affected my coffee quite a bit. This actually is a cold thing. Everything on here is kind of kept cold. I would say to those with disabilities, just start your own business. It's great. You learn a lot. You meet a lot of people. My ultimate dream is to have my own cafe. I see myself getting there with Goodwill's help and the things I know how to do. I should do just fine.
Ladies and gentlemen, Charles Martin.
Thank you very much. I'm very happy and honored to receive this award. I was born with detached retina. So I was vision impaired from birth. Went to school, did all the normal stuff. I love having my own business. I learn a lot and meet a lot of people. I'd like to thank my wife. She runs one of my other businesses, Goodwill Industries. They help me get started, give me new ideas, help me go shopping, that sort of thing. Thank you very much.
Awesome. Here, let me help you with these, Charles. All right, Renee's gonna come help you. All right. Last, but certainly not least, our Athlete of the Year. Some of you may have heard him speak earlier today, Brian Sheridan.
If you don't take that first step to see what you're capable of, you never know what you're capable of. I was one of those kids that was in baseball all the time and basketball leagues, and then all through grade school and high school sports I was a participant. My first semester at Central Michigan University, I had joined this gymnastics club and I had learned how to do a back handspring. I did one, over-rotated, landed on my head, and broke my neck. There's plenty of time when you're in the hospital to sit and think about all of the negative things that are going to come of this. But it always came back to, this is where I am, this is where I want to be, what am I going to have to do to get there? I had a hand cycle 20 years ago. It's just always been to go outside and let the wind blow in my face and have fun. About 4 years ago is when I started looking at new equipment, started really studying the sport and putting in the hours. I did that for almost a year before entering my first race, and I ended up taking third place. The guy that won it stopped me and said, "Who are you? Where did you come from? And you need to go to the national championships and compete." And I went to my first national championships and I did well. And that led to the high performance director for paracycling contacting me and saying, "We want you to come compete at world championships with us." And the snowball just kept going from there. When you're there competing on the world's biggest stage and you're wearing the red, white, and blue, it's surreal. I think that the most important thing that we can do is show what you're capable of and show people that you're very confident in those abilities. Then people are more likely to see you and see your abilities, and your disabilities start to disappear.
Ladies and gentlemen, Brian Sheridan. I know you're very shy in front of groups, but you have some words?
Of course, yeah, I have a few words, sorry. I should begin by thanking some people. Tina Adam, who's not here unfortunately, thank you so much for nominating me. She and I knew each other a long time ago, and to find out that she somehow kept up with what I was doing in my life was it was very humbling for me to find that out. So thank you to Tina. Justin, thank you. I think you've done some really great work, and man, it's been really impressive the last 2 days. So thank you, Renee and Todd and all of the people at Morrow. Thank you so much. I think it's awesome that you've integrated with Boom to be able to present these awards. So that's fantastic. I've got so many people to thank, and I'm going to thank every single one. No, I'm not going to. I want to thank Rick Andrews. Where are you, Rick? right here. Kind of been my right-hand man for a long time. One of my biggest supporters on this voyage into hand cycling, always the glass half full guy. So thank you for that. I need to thank my mother-in-law. Is my mother-in-law here? She is. You see that lady back there smiling? That's what she's been doing for my family for a long time, but for the last few months, she's taken care of us as I've been flying around the world competing with my wife pregnant at home. So she has been a tremendous support for my family, and I thank you very much for that. I need to thank my new son for waiting to be born until I was on my way home. That was very good. Very, very smart 1-month-old. There he is back there waving and smiling to you all. I need to thank my little almost 2-year-old daughter that maybe you saw her riding around on my lap for saying go Dada go at the screen when I was in Rio. And she really did do that. I have it on video to prove if anyone would like to see that. And of course, where's my wife? Did she leave? She's somewhere. Oh, there you are. I need to thank my wife, my biggest fan, my biggest supporter. Always has been there for me in all of these crazy ventures that I've taken under my wing, and she's the one that makes all the decisions. So, thank you so much. I don't need to, or you don't have to be an athlete to understand the power of sport. It does tremendous things for people in all walks of life, regardless of ability. As a child, I was very fortunate that my parents got me involved in sport, and all since I was probably 4 or 5 years old, they were always right there by my side for basketball and football and basketball and all these things, baseball, all these things I love to do. Sport became even more powerful in my recovery process. The power of adaptive sport is truly magical. And if you haven't experienced that with any of your clients or individually even, then I really encourage you to become involved, get to know your local adaptive sports organization. They're all over the state of Michigan, certainly all over the United States. Michigan Sports Unlimited and the Thunder in the Valley Games. Justin is a product of that event. It's really a great one to get people involved with participating in. So I really, really can't emphasize enough. Become more involved in adaptive sport. Finally, I need to mention something that I didn't mention before, and it kind of dawned on me as I've been watching all of the events over the last 24 hours. I am a product of the work that all of you do. I am a former MRS client back in 1993 till probably 1996. I worked with a very wonderful woman by the name of Linda Kaler. Anyone know her? Linda Kaler from Bay City. Somebody raise your hand. Oh, good. I knew someone would know her. Okay. Linda worked with me and helped me in the formation of my path to success, helped me get a vehicle and get that vehicle modified and kind of ensure that I was going down the right career path. Anyway, the work that you all do matters. It matters a lot. So I thank you, and I hope that you kind of pat yourselves on the back and thank yourself, because the product of your work is really remarkable. So thank you.
Let's get a picture. Hold on. Hold on. I'm going to go off script a little bit and just say when we were reviewing the nominations and I saw Brian's nomination, it got me very excited because he is an entrepreneur as well. He owns some successful business, Level 11. He actually has a booth here, and he's a Paralympian. And I have my video company that I co-own and Beyond Our Barriers, and I'm an aspiring Paralympian in several sports, so that really excited me because I saw so many parallels and everything. But one more housekeeping thing. If you did nominate and your individual was not selected, whether it's this year or last year or the year before, please renominate. Please renominate, because it's not a one and done. You're nominated, you don't win, go away. Life is all about nominating yourself over and over and over, and then eventually winning, right? So yeah, please renominate individuals. There's been so many great nominations that we've really had to pull our hair out to get the winner, and then they don't get renominated, and we're like, But now, back to my script. When people see our winners' videos and hear them speak of their challenges and their accomplishments, the hope is it will motivate others with disabilities to reach their goals, but also break down barriers of stigma and low expectations held by others. In this room, we are preaching to the choir. We know what people with disabilities are capable of. So, in order for us to truly make a difference, we need to keep sharing these stories and get them in front of the people that really, truly need to hear them. Not just colleagues, but community members, policymakers, and legislators. Through the Boom Awards, we hope to contribute to a shift in our way of thinking, a shift in our way of being. And we do not need to wait for someone to lead the charge. We need to change our own course. We need to do this ourselves. We need to be our own motivation. Thank you.